you'll be proud of me. I did something very Australian last few days.
Did you?
I
What?
played 2 Up.
Oh, yes, it was Anzac Day.
Yes.
Welcome to Multiple Nerdgasm with your hosts, Matt, Luke, and Dan. Multiple Nerdgasm, your guide to all things nerdy.
So Anzac
Very
Day
cool.
yesterday here, so today's Saturday. So, yes.
Happy Anzac Day.
I've never played it before.
Okay.
And I knew the
I
basic
have. I
idea
know I have.
behind it, but now
Don't
I
remember
actually
it.
understand the rules.
I know that I have, but I was just thinking, no, I don't remember how it works at all.
Like, I remember the basics of it. Like, there's 3 coins on a ruler, essentially,
Yeah.
and then you bet with people in the crowd. And if 2 or more turn up heads, heads wins. If 2 or more tails, then tails wins. Mm-hmm. But I do know the reason why it's only sort of legal for 1 day a year.
Yeah, so for non-Australian listeners, this is a like you can just gamble in the streets doing
Yes.
this game
Yep.
1 day every year. It's fucking illegal any other time.
Yes, because the government, you can't tax it. Like, there's no way
Right.
to make money off it. But also, it can lead to a lot of fights, because there is a
Yes.
lot of the honour system in this.
But it's so Australian that you're allowed to do it on Anzac Day.
Because if you're betting heads, and people are betting like 50, hundreds of dollars for this, and they're betting against someone who's tails, they just hand the money to the person who's tails, and the person who's tails holds that money in their hand.
Right.
And then the spin comes, and it's just the honour system for, no, it's heads, you get it back, or tails, I keep it.
Yeah, right.
And there were times where, like, people just handed me money. I had it in my hand because I was tails.
You could
I
just
could've
run off.
Bug it off because
Well, you
they
couldn't
weren't
have
paying
run off,
attention. Yeah. But that was actually quite a bit of fun. I'm going to actually try and do it a bit more next year.
Yes. Only
Except
one day
the
a year.
price of it's gone up.
How come the price of random street gambling have gone up?
Well, I don't know. I remember, like, I've done it before in the past, and I've seen people, and people used to, like, save up their $5 notes to get ready for it. Now,
Now it's hundos.
yeah, bets were starting at 50.
Fucking hell. All right. Where'd you do it? Like RSL Club or something?
I'm actually at a pub.
Just a pub. Yeah.
Yep.
Okay.
I could have walked down to the RSL or one of the other 3 pubs on the street that had it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's so funny that that's a thing. I forget I forget that's like a weird anomaly. It is very strange. Like it's just the thing they do in Australia where
Yeah.
legalize this one specific type of gambling on
Next-
1 day every year.
Next year, I'm going to try and spin the coins because I actually understand how that works now.
Okay.
So when you go into the centre to spin, you're actually putting money down. And the idea is that you're saying you're going to spin heads 3 times in a row. And the second
Okay.
you spin tails, you're out.
Yeah.
So what will happen is you put, say, 50 down. Someone else has to put 50 against you. And then the next time around, you just have that same 50 in. So you get heads the first time. They then need to put 100 in the next time. And then you put nothing more in. And then on the third one, someone's got to put 200 in.
Right.
And then if you get heads 3 times in a row, it's all yours.
Okay.
And I want to do that once because that seems a cheaper way to play.
And to be clear, that's not what Anzac Day is about, technically.
No,
it's the
it's-
Australian New Zealand Army Corps.
Yes.
It's like memorialize
Yes.
soldiers who died at war.
Yep. I think it was like originally for World War One, I believe.
Right.
The Great War.
The Great War. The
Great War. The Great War that was going to end all wars before we got a sequel.
Yeah.
And then it renamed the Great War to World War One.
Yeah. Because, yes. World War One, Episode 1,
Yep.
New Kaiser.
And that's where George Lucas got the idea from.
That's right.
Just go back and rename stuff.
That's where George Lucas got the idea for World War Two.
Yep. So yeah,
Cool.
that was my weekend or my day off yesterday.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, long weekend, I
Yeah.
assume.
We got 2 long weekends in a row.
I don't get as many long weekends here. We don't love holidays as much as Australia does over here. Especially not religious holidays. We've talked about this.
Yeah, like you
know.
get like one religious holiday, and that's just Christmas Day, isn't it?
Right. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And because in Easter, for listeners who aren't in Australia, maybe this is a British thing as well. That's probably where we get it from. But like in Australia, Easter's like a 4-day weekend.
Yeah,
You get
'cause you
Friday
got-
and Monday off.
We get Good Friday, Easter Monday, like it's
Yeah.
the whole thing.
Nothing.
Which it's so doesn't make much sense to me
And
because it's not
I
like
forget every year. Can't start. When's Easter? Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, wait. No.
Wait.
I mean,
But the thing is, you celebrate Easter over there.
yeah, of course.
Like, it's a big thing.
yeah. Yeah, especially, yeah.
Like, yeah, it's still a big thing.
Well,
but
it's
there's
not a
no
big,
holiday.
big thing. The big holidays here are Independence Day, July 4th. That's the big holiday,
that's
I would say. Like, that's the one everyone's like,
Fuck yeah, we're awesome.
America.
Yeah.
That's a good time.
Yeah.
And I guess Christmas.
You got Veterans Day, don't you?
We have all those, and like there's a holiday just here in Rhode Island. It's the only state that still celebrates Victory over Japan Day. All the other states were like, nah. Rhode Island's keeping that strong. It's not a holiday, not like a day off, but it's
No, it's sort of weird. Like, you even have like an Easter egg hunt at the White House type of thing. Like, it's Easter's.
Yeah, that's the other thing too. Is the traditions here is different, right? You get presents at Easter here.
What?
Yeah, right. So we don't chocolate eggs. Not really a thing, right? The
I know
eggs
you
are-
actually paint real eggs, don't you?
Yeah, or they're little plastic eggs with stuff in them, and it could
Okay.
be candy or little toys or whatever, and that's what you hide around. You don't hide chocolate eggs like in Australia. In Australia, all the eggs are chocolate, listeners.
Yeah.
Basically all of the eggs.
Yeah.
And you get fucking big ones, like big chocolate eggs. Don't have those here. Yeah, and so and you get a basket is the main thing you get from the Easter Bunny, and in the basket will have like candy and eggs and stuff like that, but like toys and things.
Okay.
It's like Christmas too.
So are you doing that or?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, we're legally obliged to do that for Lyra. So
Yep. Well, it'd be sort of weird not to when she'd go to school and.
that's all right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I would mix in. I mean, right now she doesn't give a shit, but I will mix in some Australian stuff. Like I tried to get some Cadbury eggs, but I couldn't get them. So I have
Let
to
me know
plan
next
better
year. I'll
time.
get you some.
Yeah, cheers. I have to plan better for that.
And a big chocolate bunny. You need a big chocolate bunny for
You
Easter.
get little chocolate bunnies. You get Lind ones.
Oh no, you don't want fancy. You want the terrible chocolate ones.
I know, but they don't have them here. You can only get the fancy ones, and I think the only reason they even exist is because they're like foreign and I think they're like European ones. So,
Yeah. No, you need the terrible chocolate ones.
yeah. Yes, I was trying to get. What was I trying to get? I found there is an Australian like lolly thing website that will get stuff. It's fucking expensive though.
Yeah. And it's also because if you're going to do an order from there, you're going to sort of be a bit of weight. So it's also the shipping also becomes expensive as well.
Yeah, because if I'm going to get it, I'm going to get a bunch of stuff.
Yeah,
like
because I found a site
Allen's
which I went,
party
like,
mix and stuff.
I can buy a few pounds of runts. And I'll get that, and then I'll get something else. And then I looked at the shipping and I went, oh.
A few pounds of runts is expensive to ship.
Yes, which sucks. I'll do it one day. I'll do it for my birthday next year.
We'll have to do like a treats swap or something.
Yes.
Because I'm sure there's stuff here that you want. And
I reckon we meet in Hawaii one year. We do a treat swap there.
that'd be fucking good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just 2 suitcases. One is just full of fucking... No, well, you don't want chocolate from here. You want...
No. It's also it's to do with like the sugar and also the heat, isn't it? Or I believe there was a reason there was
there's
behind
an
it.
enzyme. Fucking what is it? Either they leave it in or they take it out. There's some enzyme in the chocolate, and it's the... hang on, let me check.
Which is why our chocolate tastes better, even though I don't like chocolate.
Yeah. Chocolate enzyme America. It's there's something different about it.
Yeah.
Protein. Oh, come on. American chocolate tastes weird. What do we got here? Due to a substance called butyric acid that is often added. They add it to American chocolate for some reason.
So you could just not add it and have good chocolate.
I guess so, yeah. And it's just... Here we go. Why do they add it to chocolate here, not anywhere else? It's a cheaper method of manufacturing chocolate. It's milk preservative.
Money.
It's literally a cheap product. And Hershey's puts it in the chocolate, and that's become what people... That's the taste of chocolate here. So... And I think it's kind of gross. I mean, I've gotten used to it, I suppose, because I don't notice it so much, but...
Yeah.
But then
if you were to have...
Yeah,
if you get like real stuff.
Yeah, there's like a place called Ocean State Job Lot up the road, and they have like like wholesale stuff, and you can get like Milka, like the like it's probably like a Austrian or German chocolate, and I've bought one of those there and been like, oh my god, it tastes so fucking good because it
This is
doesn't
what
have
chocolate's
that.
meant to be.
Yeah. And if I get some Cadbury, and just because it's like it's the taste of chocolate that I know, like
Yes.
that I grew up with.
Yeah.
I'm sure if I grew up here, I'd feel differently about it.
I don't know. I've heard that even Americans say that they prefer.
Oh, definitely there are Americans who prefer it.
Yeah.
I just don't know if everybody would.
I just need runts and candy corn.
Oh, candy corn? Okay.
I don't. Well, it's the same thing with runts. I just eat so much of it, it makes me sick. And it's the same with candy corn, and I can't stop eating either of them.
Candy corn's fucking weird. All right. I mean, that's easy. That's like $1 for a freaking giant bag of it because it's literally just sugar
Here it's
formed
like
into a...
$10 for like 150 grams or something.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not fair. Oh, should we let people know that Dan's not here?
They may have figured that out.
They may have
but in
figured it
case
out. It's
they
not
thought
just
maybe
him being quiet.
he just has nothing to say about any of this.
Yep.
No, he's not here. He's on vacation, I assume.
He's on the other side of Australia, I believe.
Yeah. He wanted to get as far away from you as possible without leaving the country.
And that's how you do it.
Yeah.
Oh, I have to tell you, something sucked about Anzac Day here.
Go on.
Just in New South Wales, supermarkets and bottle shops were not open at all.
Oh, at all on that day. Okay.
Yep. Every other state, they opened like 12 or 1, and then New South Wales brought in something last year, and it was just, I only found out on the day, and I had no food in the house, and I was going to go shopping that day.
Huh.
And it was just a little annoying.
Just completely shut.
Yep. Like, yeah, it didn't
That's
open
another
at
thing.
all. So I had to go
That's
to the
another
pub.
thing that's different here. And maybe times have changed. I think I would have trouble switching back to this. But when we were growing up in particular, tell me if this is different now. I don't think it was that different when I left. Shops in Australia are open from 8 or 9 a.m. to 5 or 6 p.m.
Yep.
Except Thursdays when it's late night shopping and they're open till 9 or 10. Is that still the case?
Each state does have a different late night shopping night. Most of them it's Thursday. In Canberra, it's Friday nights. They're late night shopping. But yeah, it's the same. Sort of like it's normally 9 to 5, but 9 to 5:30.
Because here, man, shops are just open from like 6 a.m. to fucking midnight. Like,
I know, like shopping centres, like Woolworths and stuff. They'll be
so
open till like
weird.
11 and stuff. But
Yeah.
yeah, just a normal retail, they're like pretty much 9 to 5.
no, I was just thinking, I'm used to that now. Like, I could just go if it's fucking 10 p.m. and I want to go buy pants, I'll just go to Nordstrom and they're open. Like,
We do have a
depending on the
couple
day.
of 24-hour Kmart's, I think. But yeah, that's about it.
Yeah, because that's right. Because Kmart and Broadway was the place you'd go if it was late at night and you needed to get something. Yeah.
And it might be different in this. It might be different in Sydney. They might stay open later, but
I just wondered if they changed it, but yeah.
yeah, I know in Canberra where there's no one here, so they be crazy for them to stay open and serve no one.
Yeah, I was just thinking late night shopping. That's not a thing here because that's just every day.
It's just every day is late night.
Yep. And then like even when it's a holiday, stuff's open.
Yeah,
Like
yeah. No, it was
except
just
bank
weird
holidays.
this
They have
year.
bank holidays.
But yeah, it's just weird here. It was just yeah. Normally they used to open late, which was always fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's not opening at all.
That's weird.
I had beer, so I was happy, but I still went to the pub for lunch and dinner and just stayed there. But
Yeah.
I had to eat.
Yeah. So I wouldn't say excitement, some disappointment the other night. Switch 2 pre-orders happened the other night here in the United States at midnight the other
Yep.
night.
Okay.
On the
Midnight?
24th. Yeah, midnight. Like the olden days, except on the internet. Like the
That's
olden days, it was more
weird.
fun.
'Cause
I
I
remember
know-
we used to go to EB Games at midnight for the launch of things.
Yeah, but that
and
was to receive the game, not to pre-order it.
That's right, yeah. I
And
remember
here,
the
with our
Wii,
pre-orders, they went
the
on.
Wii launch.
Yeah, they were
In,
like, here, if you're doing a pre-order, and it's a time thing, it'll be like 10 o'clock in the morning or something, like it when everyone's
yeah,
up.
right. No, see, that's the same. Back in the day, it was fun. Like the Wii
Yeah.
launched, and we all went to. Well, I went to fucking what's the shopping center near Dan? It's a big shopping centre in Ryde.
Yeah, I know. I was first in line at the Sydney EB, like the Sydney City.
Yeah, right. That's right. You went to the city.
And I also went
was
to a
at,
couple of the Halo launches, and they were like super fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good stuff. And you'd line up outside EB Games, and they would, let people in the roller door one at a time.
Yeah.
Well, anyway, so this happened on the internet, and my experience was I wasn't sure if I was even going to get one, but I was like, well, let's have a look.
Yep.
So I stayed up, and I had the Walmart app open,
Yep.
looking at the Switch 2, and it just said, not available yet.
Yep. And you refresh every now and again.
Right. At midnight, I refresh, and the app crashes. And I was like, oh, fuck. So I reopen the app, and instantly it says, those things where it's like, prove you're not a robot. And you have to like hold the button. Not like a recapture, but you've got to hold the button or whatever. And it just kept doing that over and over and over again. And I was like, oh, God's sake. So I'm like, okay. So I opened the website instead of the app. And the website mostly functions, but as soon as you try and go to a Switch 2 page, same thing happens.
Yep.
And it shits the bed. So I was like, well, that's not working, is it? And then it was like, now I have to have one. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it went from let's just have a look at to now it's like
personal.
I have to have one. So I went to the Best Buy website, and that also they were just not available on there. And I found out later they fucked up the timing or something, but anyway, it doesn't matter. I probably wouldn't have got one anyway. And then I went to GameStop. Same thing, couldn't get the page to load or anything like that. So then I went to Target.com.
Yep.
And they had them. And I got one, had one in my cart. Trying to check out, literally fucking trying to check out. I've got my credit card in there, and I'm just fucking submitting the order over and over and over again. And every time it's like something has gone wrong. I'm trying everything. I'm trying like just putting my card in, hitting submit, trying Apple Pay on my phone. Like just the open Apple Pay, just fucking pay on there, and it would open up the Apple Pay screen, and I'd be like, yes, let's go. And then it would say, no, something went wrong. That went on for maybe 10 minutes, and I was like, fuck it, I'm going to bed.
Yeah.
And I'm glad I did, because as per the article we've got in here and other articles, apparently that continued for hours for people.
Because you're not really competing against the other people. You're competing against the scammers and their bots. And even if their bots aren't working because of like the hold the button thing, they're still just hammering the site.
And even if you manage to place an order, all of the retailers cancelled a bunch of them anyway because they sold more than they actually had. So it's basically a fucking disaster.
Well,
and if you got one, congratulations.
Do you want me to pre-order one now?
No.
Okay, because I can do it right now from JB Hi-Fi. I can do it right now.
Really?
I can hit this checkout button right now.
All right, let me try this. Let me go to walmart.com.
Actually, I've got to take it out of my cart because I have purchased stuff by accident before.
Accident.
Accident.
All right, pre-order. All right, switch to Mario with Mario Kart. That's
with
the one I
Mario,
want.
yeah.
Pre-order.
Remove.
Okay.
Right.
No, when I click pre-order, it doesn't say anything on the product page, but when I click it, it says, "We're sorry, this item is demand, and we can't add it to your cart right now." So I think maybe they still haven't even figured out if they have enough. So anyway, I did not pre-order a Switch 2, not for lack of trying, but I was not able to.
Now, I'll probably end up doing the same thing I did with the original Switch. I'll just wander in the day of and go, if they've got one, I'll get one, and if they don't, I don't care, and then not play it.
Yeah. So there's still the Nintendo pre-orders haven't happened yet. They happen later. I don't know why, but the process for that was if you go to the Nintendo website and you're logged in, if you have a Switch Online account with a certain number of hours of playtime over the last few months, then you can click a button, or I guess maybe you can click the button anyway, and then they'll just check all that stuff later. But then anyway, if you meet this criteria, they will send you an email when their pre-orders go up.
Yep.
And you'll be given the opportunity to pre-order. So they're kind of controlling it that way. So that's still going to happen, and I have registered for that.
Yeah, that should be good, because you're not going to be competing against scalpers there.
Yeah, because they'd have to have met the criteria. So.
Yeah, and they'll meet it on one account, and they're not going to be able to meet it on multiple. So scalpers ruin everything now.
I know they're already on eBay for like $700.
Yeah. And how much are they?
They're not selling the units, selling the pre-order itself.
Yep.
Which is fucking annoying.
And eBay don't care. They just get money out of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So, anyway, switch to pre-orders. Like, and then I felt less bad about it because even like The Verge had an article and like staff members and people like I think Jeff Keighley, I think, said he couldn't get one. And I was like, well, if these people couldn't get one, I'm glad I went to bed.
I'm surprised he's not someone who goes, here's your...
Give me one.
Yeah, like, because he's one of the people who should just be getting a free one. We should be one of the ones getting a free one. The way I talk about Switch all the time, that thing I never play.
Maybe it'll be at PAX and I'll ask for... Actually, I don't know if Nintendo's even going to be there. We'll see. Oh, yeah, I'm not going to be here. Oh, not next week. The week after.
Week after. Okay.
This time to discuss that. But yeah, there was also... I saw this week people laughing about the fact that there had been a lot of backlash about the price, in particular the price of the games. And there were a lot of people saying, no one's going to buy this. Nintendo has fucking dropped the ball or whatever. Turns out...
They're wrong.
They are buying it and they've bought all of them. Yep. It's going quite well.
Like, they're just really the first ones to really be upping their prices that's been coming for a very long time.
Yeah, because I heard on a tech podcast I listened to, they were talking about it, and like, I hadn't considered this, but like, if you look at the price of games over time compared to like really inflation, well, they've never been cheaper than they are right now. This is the cheapest games have been if you compensate for inflation. And everything. And it's kind of, it's actually quite strange that they not more expensive already. So, yeah, I think we might just have to
when I grew
suck it up.
Like getting a Sega Mega Drive game, that was $100.
Right.
To buy a brand new game today is $100. Like that's 30 years where it didn't really
It's not like they're getting cheaper to make.
No.
So I think we can expect this to become normal.
Yes.
They're going to be $80 is the price here that everyone's fucking crying about.
I'm really interested to see how much Grand Theft Auto 6 is going to be.
Yeah, right. They can kind of sell it for whatever they want.
Yeah. Like
within reason.
Within reason. I reckon that's I think that'll be more expensive than 80.
Yeah, right.
Yep.
Hundo.
Yep. With how
well
everyone's waiting for that game, they can as you said, charge whatever they want. People are going to buy it.
I'll promise you this now, Rockstar. You can price that thing at whatever you like. I'm not going to buy it anyway. So you can make it $10. I'm not going to buy it. I don't care. Oh, actually, that's not true. If it was $10, I might buy it because I'd be like, it'd trigger that thing in my brain where I was like, I'm going to get this before they put the price up. But I'm not particularly interested in it.
Please don't price it high because I am going to buy it.
Yeah.
Because I'm actually in the middle of playing Grand Theft Auto 5 yet again. And I'm going to play it again.
Hang on. Is this because there are achievements? Or
yes.
You actually enjoyed this game?
I enjoyed that game, and because there are achievements back, I'm actually looking forward to playing through it again. And it's just come back to Game Pass again, and there's 2 versions of it on PC.
Okay. Yeah, because for those who don't know, Luke doesn't play games for enjoyment. He plays them to get achievements.
Which is where my enjoyment comes from.
I was going to say, he derives enjoyment exclusively from acquiring achievements in games.
Which is sad, but I'm going back to playing a game that was before I really got into achievements.
I would like to talk about this. So what have you been playing?
I've been playing Oblivion.
Okay. Just the old Xbox 360 version?
No, I've been playing the remastered version.
Uh-huh.
This game is pretty.
Yeah. Yeah. I've seen some. I've played it. I got to the character creation screen and then I was like, I'm going to only play this, I can tell. Because even just the music, I realized, I think I played Oblivion more than I played Skyrim, to be honest. I played Oblivion a fucking lot back in the day.
Like, I'm remembering this game now because I remember I went through and I closed all the Oblivion gates and I'm remembering it all now and I'm going, I love this game.
I've finished this game at least twice, which is not common for me to even finish a game at all. Yeah. So, like, as soon as it loaded up and the music started, I was like, oh. This is
Yes.
I'm going to be I'm being taken back to.
And
I
they've even
I
kept
bought
like
a
some of the
360 to play it.
they've even kept some of the mistakes in there. Like there's some voice acting mistakes in there. They're still in there.
Oh, that's
There's a
funny.
voice actress who goes, "Hold on, let me take that line again," and that's still in there. So it's just they've just updated the graphics.
That's funny. Well, they have done. I did see in the. Well, they said this in the thing. They did re-record voices for non-human races because it used to be that, because of the disk space. This is what they said in the launch video thing. That they didn't have disk space to have completely different voices for all the like the Khajiit and the what are the reptile Argo? What are they called?
I can't remember. I'm playing at the moment.
It starts with A. I can't
Yeah.
remember. The lizards.
Lizards, greenskins.
And the orcs, yeah. Anyway, but apparently they've got new voices for those
it's
because
a huge install.
yeah, it's like 100 and something gig, right?
Yeah, which I was expecting. Normally with like these games, like a remaster, they've still been quite small, but this is. I'm actually excited for them doing Fallout 3, but we'll get to that later.
Yeah. I saw something float up about that. But yeah, so the other interesting thing for me about this is that Oblivion Remaster is Unreal Engine 5.
Yes.
So it's the new Unreal Engine, but it's got the old engine behind the scenes as the Puppet Master, apparently.
Yes.
I don't know how exactly they did this, but I think that's really interesting that the old game is still there.
It's still there. That's sort of running everything and handling it, and then Unreal's
Yeah,
doing
with like
the
wrapped
wrapper
around
doing
it.
the graphic,
That's
which
fucking
is
cool.
But no,
How'd you
I was not expecting it to be this good.
It just looks like a new game. Like, yeah.
And I think I'm really enjoying this because, like, Source Code's come out quite a few times, and we've all played it a few times.
Yes.
This is a bit like that, but I don't quite remember the story. I don't quite remember the quest, so it is completely new again.
Yeah.
It's not like in
remember there's
Skyrim where I start a new game with that, and I'm going to go to Whiterun, and here I don't remember any of the names of the cities or anything.
Yeah, right.
But I'm already joined the Mages Guild and the Fighters Guild.
I'm going to have to... That's the thing is, as soon as I started, I was like... I got to the character creation, and I was like, I'm going to have to wait, because I'm going to abandon every other game
Yep.
if I start this. And then maybe I should just do it anyway. It doesn't really matter. I was like, no. I kind of want to spend a bit more time in Death Stranding, which I have done.
Oh, yes.
It's gotten a bit slowed down, definitely.
It does, and that's why you need to be careful with trying to deliver everything. That's...
I'm going to get fucking bored.
Yes. But then when you do progress, you get, like, the motorbike, and I think you get a car. Like, it does speed up a little bit. But
Yeah, I just got a quest where I was like, it said to me, you sure you want to deliver this on foot? It's pretty heavy. And I was like, oh, that might be a hint to not take that yet.
Yeah.
Maybe I can use that bike outside. I know there's a bike outside the building that I can't use yet. So
Yes.
I was like, oh, okay.
Yep. You
I'll
will
take
get
that
the
as a
bike,
hint.
and then... Yeah. I do want to go back to that game as well, though, but this is just... Oblivion's just so much easier.
Yeah, I'm probably going to end up just playing Oblivion.
But yeah, because
Yeah.
I need to become a head of the Fighters Guild, the Mages Guild, the Thieves Guild, the Assassins Guild. I need to take over all of
Grey
them.
Wolf. Grey Fox, Grey Wolf. Grey Fox. And then the Brotherhood.
Yep.
Dark Brotherhood.
Dark Brotherhood. I need to do them all again. But no, just
Great
such
game.
a great game. And yeah,
Yeah.
and I'm sure you've seen, like, yeah, evidently the same company that did this remaster, because this isn't Bethesda Direct.
No. They worked with some other
Virtuos, I think. Or,
some company in
yeah.
Paris.
And evidently they're doing the same thing for Fallout 3.
Okay. That's confirmed? I saw there was something about it. But
It sounds like it was confirmed as much as this was
okay.
before it dropped.
That's the other thing too. Is that like had this not leaked the week before, this would have just like come out of nowhere.
Yep.
And it obviously, like all the marketing stuff, they were thinking it was going to come out of nowhere because they did the video that I watched was this long thing about the tech and all that kind of stuff. Like I said, and then at the end they were like, "Oh, by the way, it's available
Now. Yes.
It's like what?
And that's what I honestly think that's what they were aiming for. This was one of their big, and you can play it now, like they did with Fallout Shelter, and how I think they should release games like this.
The only reason it didn't happen is because the studio that did it put up that gallery on their website early by mistake, and someone saw it, and it's like, oh, that's a shame.
It is. Stop. Why is my alarm going off?
Because it's time to wake up and do the podcast.
But Fallout 3, I'm pretty sure, because if they're doing Fallout 3 and it looks this good.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll replay that for sure.
Because...
If they do New Vegas, even better.
See, the only thing is, I don't think they do New Vegas.
Why?
Because that's not
it's
really Bethesda. Yep.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Oh, yeah. So, like I said, I didn't get very far. I just got to character creation. There, I saw in the video that like leveling and some other things are different. How are you finding that? You didn't notice?
I thought this was the same, where you had to sleep to
No.
level up, and you're doing the...
Maybe that stuff's the same, but they just said they've made some changes, some quality of life changes to leveling and stuff.
Okay. I know I'm
noticed?
doing a lot of jumping around at the moment.
Okay.
So
Is
I
that a requirement to leveling? To acrobatics?
Yeah, so you got to get your acrobatics up. The only way to do that is really to jump. So you're just jumping everywhere to
keep
build that
jumping
up.
everywhere.
And then once
Those are the
that levels
days.
up, you've got your experience bar, which goes up when you level up different things.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then you can then sleep and then increase your strength and stuff. And But yeah, so
Alright.
yeah, at the moment, jumping and sneaking everywhere. And I've already gone straight to the bow.
Oh, don't. Okay. I'm going to try not to do that.
I've already strengthened my skill far too much up in the bow, and I can't actually attack with anything else at the moment.
I'm going to try not to. Maybe I'll just try not to use a bow at all. Because that's what I always do, is just you end up shooting them with a bow from a distance.
Yeah, and even now at the moment, it's actually it's better for me to shoot them with the bow close up because that's all where all
Shoot
my
'em right in the
skills are.
face.
Yes, over and over.
All right. Oh, man. Yeah,
But
I
no,
gotta
get on it.
do this. I will.
Play it.
And some other news related this week. I think people were curious, and probably the makers of this mod were concerned. There's a mod called Skyblivion, which is a remake of Oblivion being made in the Skyrim engine.
Yes.
And that's been ongoing for a very long time. And people and the developers worried, are they going to shut us down now? And Bethesda have come out and said, nah, it's fine.
Fine. You're not going to compete with what we just released, so go for
No,
it.
I mean, yeah, what you're doing is largely pointless now.
Yes.
But please proceed. Yeah.
Yes. Because, I don't know, this looks better than Skyrim to me at the moment.
Yeah, and absolutely, from what I've seen.
Yeah.
Of it. Yeah. I think, because it's like it's Unreal Engine 5. It's like, and they're using all the new features of the engine. It's just like
that's
but
what-
another level.
Yeah, so, go make it in that, and it's a good experience for you. You might get a job out of it, but
Yeah,
I'm going to
mods are
play
good.
this.
Doing mod stuff's good for that. If you want to go, well, if you want to go become a drone and get worn to a husk
Yes.
during crunch, that's a good way to do it. I'm just messing. It's not always like that, I'm sure.
No,
But
it depends
it's
where
always
you
like
are,
that.
I think.
Yeah.
There's always going to be crunch. That's...
I'm going to assume if you work at Bethesda, that probably happens, but maybe it's worth it for you.
No, but I think what sort
one of
of...
the bad
I think we
things
spoke
about
about
the
last week,
industry.
like, Bethesda's maybe lost that, stay back and work on your own type of stuff to just stay back and work on this. Like, they've lost that bit of independence that I think they used to have.
Sure. Yeah, I think crunch is one of those, probably the most unfortunate thing about the game industry, because it's one of those things where it's like the film industry. I imagine, from what I've seen in the film industry, is that you've got people. There's a never-ending line of people who love the thing, the game or the film or whatever, and they want to do it.
Yep.
And so you could just treat them like shit.
Yep.
And just grind them up and then spit them out the other side. And then, as always, 1,000 more kids who want
ready
to come
to
and
do
work
it.
for fuck all. Work
'Cause the-
16-hour days for
I
fuck all
sort
money.
of also get it, because while you're making the game, you're not making any money off of that.
Right.
It's just all cost. You don't make the game until it's out. So you do want to get it
Sure.
out as quickly as possible. So that's where we're setting this date, get it done.
Yeah, and it's hard because I work in software. It is hard because, in theory, especially with something as complicated as a game like like a Skyrim or Oblivion or a Starfield or whatever, there will always be bugs.
Yes.
Always. So,
it's so
in
big.
theory, you could just sit on it forever and never release it if you were like aiming for it to just be like bug free.
Well, I love, like, at the beginning of this game, it basically goes, hey, here's a storyline you can go, or you can go any direction
whatever
you
you want.
want. It actually just says that at the start. And
Yeah, there's a point in Oblivion where if you don't do any of the main quest, then you can go out in the world and everything's fine. But if you trigger, like, I think maybe if you close that first gate, if you
Then
get that
they-
far, then
I
they
think they
start
start
opening
popping
up
up
everywhere.
everywhere, yeah.
Yeah, and you kind of have to finish the main quest to stop that from happening anymore. Yeah.
so, yeah, I actually, unfortunately, just did that.
Well, that's all right. Just go
fine.
close them all.
I like closing them all.
Yeah.
My thing. But that's why I was sort of like, I kind of like what Rockstar has sort of done with Grand Theft Auto 6. That's coming.
Yeah, you'll get it.
You'll get it.
Calm down.
We're not telling you a date because we don't know what the date is yet. But I guarantee they're still doing crunch.
Yeah. It's good. Yeah. At a certain point. But this is the... Yeah, like with Cyberpunk. It's like, maybe you should have just not said. But it's hard.
Cyberpunk, I keep going back. They could have fixed all that problem so easily.
I know. Just to
Sorry,
get support.
PlayStation 3 and Xbox One.
Xbox.
It's not coming to it.
Yeah. You guys are out. That's what they should have done.
That destroyed it for them. Because, remember, we played it on the Series X, didn't we? Mm-hmm. Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
we had
No issues.
a couple of bugs. I had one bug. I had to do a hard restart, and that was it. And
Yeah,
played.
right. I never did. Played through
Yep.
it, finished it, loved it. Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, the version that was out at launch compared to what it is now,
Yeah.
especially with the expansion, is like, I wish it was at launch what it is now.
Yes.
because it's hard to. I'm not going to play through the whole thing again,
No.
but I do wish that it had all
But
the.
I think if they
stuff.
had have gotten rid of those other consoles, it could have been closer to what it is now.
Yeah, because they would have spent the time on implementing all this
Instead
really
of trying
cool
to
stuff
fix
that they did.
an unplayable game.
Yeah, because the changes they made over time were like fucking. It's so good now. It's such a good game.
But it's just so hard to go back and just replay it.
Yeah, I can't do the whole
Especially
thing.
when I completed everything 100%.
I don't have time.
Yes.
I don't know. I'm playing Breath of the Wild again from the start with Lyra.
I so wanted to play that game.
Yeah, well, you can. You have a
can't.
Switch
The
somewhere.
weapon-
somewhere in that house of yours is a Switch. I know it.
The weapons just annoy me in that game.
No, you're not allowed to do that because what game is it? There's a game that you like, a recent-ish game that you enjoy that also has weapon
Oh no, I'm fine with
degradation.
weapon degradation. Oblivion has it.
Yeah, okay.
But the problem with what I found with Breath of the Wild is I need to have like
was the game?
3 or 4 weapons to go into one battle.
Oh, okay.
Like it was, you had to switch so often.
Okay. I'm trying to think, what's the game I'm thinking of? Oh, and it was Avowed. I think.
On that, no, they didn't
it Avowed?
degrade, did they? No,
No?
You just
Maybe
had
I'm not thinking of Avowed.
there was the upskilling you had to do, and you had to got to a certain point where you had to focus on it a lot.
I'm thinking of something. There's something I don't know. It's
I've
been
got no
in
problem
the
with
back of my mind.
degradation. That's fine.
All
That
right,
happens.
all right.
I'm doing that in Oblivion at the moment. I've got my repair hammer, and I go and fix my stuff. But
Okay. You can't fix stuff in
no, it's just
Breath of the Wild.
this is going to break, and then you need to get a new one. And
It does happen quite quickly. You're right.
Yeah.
Depending on what it is.
yeah,
When you get the Master Sword, it doesn't, though, I think.
I think you're going to recharge that
But
or something. But it still lasts a lot longer. But I'm not going to struggle to get that far. I can't.
well, anyway, we're replaying it. She thinks it's fun. She mentioned just randomly in the car the other day, we're driving, and she goes, "That was so funny when those goblins were having a dance party, and then you threw a rock on them." It's like,
You just
that
murdered
what-
them in cold blood because they were.
I was like, "Yeah, that was funny." Yeah,
So does she play, or is she just watching at this stage?
she's just watching, which is ideal for me.
Yeah.
It means I just get to play games, and she watches, and she's like, "Come on, let's go play that game," and I'm like,
Okay.
sure." She will have a go, and she's pretty good. Like, she's good with a controller, like better than I would have been at her age. Well, we didn't have games like that.
Now,
when I
are
was
you
her age,
teaching
but-
her to play inverted?
Yes,
Excellent.
yes. Not teaching her, just that's
That-
how the
that's-
controller is. So
yeah.
she's going to be learning it whether
Yes.
she wants to or not.
Because if you're taking it over, this is how you get it. That's how I taught my niece and nephew as well.
Yeah.
Like, because if you
can't
take over my
not do
controller,
it.
I'm not switching it over. And I can't play the other way.
I can't either. It's instant change for me. As soon as I load up a game, if I push up and it looks up, I'm like, no.
That's the one
do it.
feature I wish we lost when they moved on from the Xbox 360. You could set that on by default for all
Yes.
games.
I remember.
But now we're really becoming the minority.
That's so
big
strange,
way.
though. And it's because of like flight sims, for sure. But I can't not do it.
Brain
like,
doesn't
it's from
work.
playing too much X-wing versus TIE Fighter.
I can
burned
on,
into my
it's
muscle
weird.
memory.
On PC. I can now if I'm playing with mouse. I'm not actually good with a mouse anymore because
I haven't played a game like that in ages.
I'm
on
in
PC.
between, and so.
Yeah.
But controller, no.
Yeah, it's got to be inverted.
Yep.
Otherwise, I just like end up looking the wrong direction. Like
I've had
Yeah.
some games that I've played that you can't invert. I'm uninstalling that because I can't play it. It'll hurt my
That's so
brain too
stupid.
much.
Yeah. I mean, it depends. I mean, if it's first person,
Yeah.
it has to be. Otherwise,
Yeah.
I'm not going to be able to
Oh
play
yeah,
it.
first person, third person. That's what I'm talking about. If it's other games like a puzzle game or
Yeah.
something, I can normally.
I'm trying to think. Third person, maybe I could wrap my head around it, but I don't know. I'd have to try. I might be wrong about that. For some reason, I feel like maybe I could do it if it was third person because it's different. But
Well, that's Zelda.
it's definitely inverted. I had to
Yeah.
invert it. Okay, never mind. I'm
Never mind.
wrong.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
We can't retrain our brains. We're too old.
Yeah, way too old,
Yep.
unfortunately. Oh yeah, happy birthday. By
No,
the way.
thank you. Yes,
Yeah, sorry. We
I'm
didn't-
44.
Yeah,
Sure.
Probably.
Yeah, near 45.
Yeah.
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 That'll be.
Yeah.
Maths works.
don't remind me. We talk about this on the show? I saw a thing the other day and I was like, no fucking way. It's the 20th year's 20th anniversary of Revenge of the Sith.
Yes, I saw that as
How
well.
the fuck did that happen?
I remember midnight screening going to see that, and
I was an adult when that came
Yes.
out. How was it 20
and
years
not
since
like
then?
not like just an adult, like I'm 18 or anything. Like an adult, full time job, living at a home. Hell,
And-
I was
yeah.
married.
Yeah. Oh, I was not married, but I was like, I took my little brother. He wasn't my little brother anymore. He was just my brother.
Yeah,
Yeah. So strange.
but
And then
it is
I was
the best
thinking,
of
like,
the
remember
prequels.
the gap between Return of the Jedi
Yes.
to Phantom Menace was what, 15 years? And
only wasn't.
no, not even 13 years.
No, it would have been it was 83 to 99.
Okay, so yeah,
Oh.
okay, so 16 years.
Yep.
And so the gap from us waiting for more Star Wars would be less than that, right? Because
Yes.
we didn't see, we weren't that aware of it until
Yeah.
we would have been a bit older.
Yeah.
But that felt like forever when they were like, "There's new Star Wars," and it was like, "Oh my god!"
It's actually
been-
not that long, is it?
No, apparently not, because it's been 20 years since Revenge. I mean, I know there's been Star Wars since
Well,
then, but
yeah.
I almost don't count them in a way.
Yeah.
Like they were different.
Yes.
because we already But just that because the Phantom Menace coming out was like a big deal
yes.
in a way that the sequels and stuff weren't as big a deal.
They weren't a big.
You know,
no, the prequels. I remember there were people lining up. I used to watch a site called Countdown.com. There were people just lined up
Yeah.
to buy tickets like months
Because it was like-
beforehand, and
Because we were always told we're not getting any more Star Wars. Star Wars is finished. There's 3 of them. That's it. It's done forever. And then suddenly it was like, no, you're getting more.
yep.
And it felt like we waited so long, and finally, but it wasn't that long. It was like 10 years max.
Yeah, it really
for
wasn't.
us.
But for some reason, it does seem longer.
Yeah, it feels like we waited an infinite amount of time, and then, but yeah, it's been way longer since Revenge of the Sith.
And I will say, like Revenge of the Sith, I sort of like that was getting close back to what Star Wars was. I think.
Yeah, it's definitely the best of the
Yeah.
prequels. On a rewatch, I'm like, yeah, it's not very good, but
It's not very good, but it's best of them all. Like there's a lot of
Yeah.
fighting, and it's fast paced again.
yeah, I think the my controversial Star Wars opinion is that the Anakin Obi-Wan fight is stupid and
Yeah.
it's too much. there's bits of it that are really good, and then it's just like, fuck off.
Let's wrap it up.
It's just too much. Yeah, exactly. It's too much.
And then when she dies of being sad.
Oh, don't remind me. Yeah, that's it too. And then the worst part is that it could be ambiguous, except there's literally a fucking robot there that goes, there's nothing wrong with her, mate. She just doesn't want to live anymore.
Yes.
It's like, no, cut that line out. Come on. Leave it ambiguous at least.
Like, she just gave birth to 2 children, and she's just checking out.
Stupid. Yeah.
Well,
Anyway.
no, we just don't think about it. Have you started watching Andor yet? Because I think that is out.
Is it? I didn't know it was out.
I think
will
it
do.
is.
Or
it is very, very, very close.
it is out. First 3 episodes are out. Is it right?
I remember they were releasing
April 22nd? Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I'll
have to do that.
I'll be watching that for next week then.
I've been watching Black Mirror, the latest season of Black Mirror.
They've
That's
just
good.
done another
It's fucking
Star
depressing.
Trek one, haven't they?
Yeah, the USS McAllister.
Yep.
Yeah.
I never watched Black Mirror. I think there's
Oh, really?
episodes, I've seen like 1 or 2 episodes, and I think I might just go and watch the episodes.
Sure, the key
Yeah.
ones. You should watch Bandersnatch. That was good. That was like a little movie that they did. The Choose Your Own Adventure movie.
Okay.
That's really good.
I watched the one where it's the guys that are playing the virtual reality and then just end up
Yeah.
screwing each other.
That's
And then the
that's
girlfriends are just sort
fucking
of
good episode.
just go, they're going to have their boys night.
That's a fucking funny episode. And yeah, some of them are so good. This season is good. It's fucking dark though. There was like the first episode of this season. Like I said, I won't spoil anything, but it's very dark, very depressing. But also, it's kind of like it's close enough to like you could see that might happen, and it's.
I was reading something that I think they're sort of maybe getting to the end of it, that they're sort of starting to run out of.
I don't know, man. This season makes me think maybe not, because
Okay.
there was, like I said, there's been a couple. There's one episode that I thought was really boring, and I think I did doze off in it a bit, and I've heard people are really mixed on it, but all the others have been really good. And
Okay.
yeah,
It might have just
So,
been
like-
when I saw an article. It might have been then that episode had just come out.
Well, I could do slight spoilers, I suppose, right?
Yeah.
Because you don't care. Okay,
I don't care about spoilers. And
first
remember,
episode-
everyone knows the rules. For a movie, you get a week. No, for a movie,
2
you get
weeks.
2 weeks. For a TV show, you get 1 week.
Okay.
If you really want to
Alright, well-
watch something, you should be able to watch it in that time frame.
So I think the first episode is about this couple who they're married, and they do the same thing on their anniversary every year. And anyway, she has like a brain aneurysm or something like that, and they say, oh, like she may never wake up. But then this woman comes in, she's like, oh, I'm from this new company, we have this thing, we we can replace the part of her brain that's not functioning with like this with this system, and it's cloud based, and so we offload the processing to the
Yep.
cloud, and then blah, blah, blah. And it's like, it's like a little bit like, yeah, okay, sure, whatever.
Yeah.
But then
Don't look too closely at this.
yeah. But then it's like, okay, and then eventually he's like, well, I don't have a choice, do I? Otherwise, she's gone, basically. So they're like, okay, so they agree to do it, and then so but she's got to. They said the only downside is that she will have to sleep for longer during the night, because we have to, like, you can't use up all the server time. So it's
Okay.
so there's like a period where she's going to have to be offline or whatever, and it's
Yep.
like, okay. But then anyway, so
That actually does kind of make sense.
the premise of it is, as they go along, so then they get the thing, and then they're like, oh yeah, but you have to pay for the subscription, and and then they're like, okay, and it's like $300 a month or something like that, and then at a certain point, he's like, she's sleeping more, and they're like, oh yeah, you want to upgrade to the plus if you want her to be awake more often or whatever, and then she just starts doing ads like, in the middle of conversations and stuff, and then they're like, oh yeah, you're gonna have to upgrade. It's really fun, but it gets really dark though, because and it's good. It's just.
I think I might just.
It's
go
like on the
by-
edge of that, like you could see that happening. Like,
Yeah.
just that scummy fucking, like.
Yes. Everything comes back to money. Look, I might just try and find a list of like which Black Mirror episodes should I watch, and just go and watch them.
Oh yeah, so it only works within reception area, but then they upgrade the system. But then they're like, oh yeah, you have to pay extra for the travel plan, where you can like leave your hometown. Otherwise, they leave, and she just goes. Yeah, it's funny.
Even though
so anyway, that one's really good.
Yeah. Okay. No.
Depressing as fuck.
It's sort of weird because I do know the episodes I've quite liked Black Mirror. I just don't watch it for some reason.
Yeah. No, recommend it. And the other good one was Paul Giamatti's in one where it was called Eulogy, I think, where it was a really good episode where it was about like an ex-girlfriend of his has died, and he gets a call, and it's a service that the daughter of the woman has organized, and they send you a little device, and you put it on and look at photos of the person and remember things, and it records them for the funeral. Yep. And anyway, it's there's quite a lot to it. The story is complicated. It's good. Like it's basically him remembering what happened between the two of them, and realizing that maybe he was a fuckwit, and and whereas he had always blamed her or whatever. It's really good, but also the technology aspect of it is just like, oh wow, it's so interesting. It's good episode.
I like because that's the whole thing. Black Mirror is that whole sort of connection with technology and where it can lead and where it's going.
And and it's sometimes it's like really dark, and sometimes it's really funny, and like the one with this is an older one with what's her name, Ron Howard's daughter, Bryce Dallas Howard, where it's like you have like a social score, like the Chinese social score thing, and then that one's very funny too, but it's like, again, funny, but like you go, oh, that could happen.
Well, like, that type of stuff is sort of already happening.
That's what I mean. Yeah. And then you make a mistake and your score drops, and then you can't get a job, and the price of your groceries goes up based on your ratio of your score and stuff.
There was an episode of The Orville with that as well, where they go to a planet. It's all about your ratings and
right.
Yep. So if you do something you like, people will go, yep, you upvote you, they'll downvote you, and if you go down too low, people will treat you like crap. And
there you go.
But yeah, and we are sort of at that stage. We'll look at. I'm going to bring up.
That's how I judge people. How many friends you got on X?
Well, it's not even that. Like, look at Neil Gaiman at the moment. Like, he's friend went down, and now he must be cancelled.
Fucking. We don't have any Neil Gaiman.
Yes, I brought him up. I know.
Yeah, I know. What are you doing? I don't have any news about him this week. Dan's not here. He probably has news.
Yes, I'm sure.
But
he does.
We'll take advantage of the fact that Dan's not here. We'll take advantage of Dan.
Yes.
Next week when he's here.
So I'm sure he'll have some Neil Gaiman news for us, even though I think we should stop talking about it. But what do I know?
I mentioned last week or the week before that I wanted to play an online game with you guys again.
Yes.
Because we don't been doing that. And I floated Conan, and I don't know if you floated on the podcast or if it was later. You suggested Minecraft.
I suggested Minecraft.
So we have a Minecraft realm.
We do. I haven't seen my invite yet because I need to install it, and I will.
Okay.
I need a list of what you want.
I've sent you guys an invite, and every time I log on there, I'm like, it's still just fucking me in here.
I need a list of what you want.
I don't see any other buildings or anything. Oh, like resource-wise?
Resource-wise. Let me know what you're looking for. I don't even know anymore. I've decided I'm going to start a strip mine.
Okay. Is that as sexy as it sounds?
Yes.
Cool.
Just next to the house, there's going to be a strip mine.
It's just naked Luke mining.
Everywhere.
There is a canyon next to our camp, so
I might just start strip mining the other side of the canyon.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. Well, I sent you an invite. It's just they have two plans. Mm-hmm. That is, one is you and two people, and I was like, that's perfect. Unless we want to extend the offer to patrons at some point. We'll see. I don't want to do that yet. I'm just floating the idea. If that would interest you, let us know.
Yeah. No.
But it's also possible we will lose interest in this in
about 5 minutes.
Yeah, so I don't want to actually make that official until we determine.
But if you let us know how interested you are, that may sway us a little bit.
That's why I'm bringing it up. Yep. Is that if that's something you're interested in, if that would entice you, let us know, and maybe I can upgrade and get some more slots.
I'm going to start tonight playing Oblivion, but tomorrow I'm going to play Minecraft.
Okay, cool. Well, the good thing about it is that you can just potter around a little bit, and you don't have to commit to it. It's so different, though. That's the other thing. So when you ask me, when you say what do you want resource-wise, I don't know, because there's stuff in there that. So I played it. We've talked about this before. I played it when it was in beta.
Yes.
It was quite simple, and I played tons and tons and tons of it, and that's what I was used to. And then over time, they introduced things like they didn't even have hunger or anything like that when I originally played it. You ate food that restored your hearts, and that's just how it worked.
Yep.
But now you have like a hunger, and then now there's magic.
Your hunger affects your sprinting, and then
and then like a fucking traveling trader, a merchant showed up in our thing. There was a merchant in our little camp when I started it the other day. And so that's new, and so anyway, there's just it's very different.
Farming's a big thing now. I've seen some mods though that are insane, but I just hope we go vanilla.
There's like dead leaves on the ground that you can pick up and do stuff with now. It's just all this new stuff that I'm like, I don't know what that's for yet. So anyway, that's why I don't know the answer to that. I have to figure it out as a team.
Well, that's fine. I'll just start my strip mine. I'll create some chests and just put shit in.
Yeah, I assume we want. I would have said iron.
I'll go iron and diamond.
Yeah.
Iron, diamond, gold.
And obsidian, if you can get it.
All right.
That's like what I think based on when we were originally playing it. That's what there was to get. So
I think that you got to stick with the basics. That would still be useful, would it not?
Yeah. And it's named Tortuga. Because I named it Tortuga because I thought that would be funny. And then I don't know if it did this on purpose because I said called it Tortuga. But there are fucking turtles everywhere. And Tortuga means turtle in Spanish. So
awesome.
Like I said, could be a coincidence, but that's a bit weird. That's a bit weird. Yeah.
But I am actually kind of happy we went Minecraft over Conan. Because
why is it? Because of the issues we had with Conan last time?
The issues we had, I only need one more achievement in Conan.
Oh, yeah. Jumping on someone's head.
Yep. And all I did was I got to a point where I just knew where because that was just, you needed iron for that.
Yes.
And it was I knew where iron was. I just run, get the iron, and come back.
But there's more to Conan than that.
For you guys.
Okay, not for you. Yeah. Because I was remembering to. So if anyone doesn't know, we talked about doing Conan Exiles. We did have a Conan Exiles server for a long time, but there's the problem with it on the Xbox in particular is that I think they have like a patch came out and they
just reset the world.
And then I emailed them and I said, what the fuck? And they were like, oh yeah, it's not compatible with the new patch version, so that's that. And I was like, wait, so this could just happen at any time? Like, fuck that.
And that's
what
not
am I paying
fun.
For? No, we lost everything.
Which I think Minecraft has got that sorted.
I would hope so. It's Microsoft running it now.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was through G Portal. And I mean, not their fault, I suppose.
Actually,
but still, it's frustrating.
I may actually build. Because I may build stuff to get us all achievements.
Okay, do it.
Like the stuff about like jumping off slime for 60 meters or something, or...
Okay. So anyway, the world is Multiple Realms Gasm, I think it's called. And I named the map, or whatever. They asked me the names for things. I put Tortuga as the name for the world.
Excellent. I will be there tomorrow.
Very good. Yeah. Good to see my little hovel.
That's only a hovel at the moment.
Creeper blew a hole in the side of it already.
Bastards.
Had to fix that. Yeah.
Do you want me to set up a fence around? Keep them out?
Yeah, I do.
Set up some lighting. Yep, okay. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
Do what you want, mate. It's, yeah. Whatever you think.
I'm not going to have a house.
I'm not going to get too attached to anything in there because it's just, just for fun.
Yes. And I think you've got a week coming off soon.
I do.
And there's a lot we could do in that week.
That's true. Yeah. It's got PAX is at the tail end of it. But
That's fine.
yeah, I got.
I'm jealous you got into PAX.
You should be.
Have they been announcing what's going to be there yet, or?
Yeah, it does seem still smaller than ye olde days, but like I think like Devolver's got a booth, and Behemoth is going to be there. I didn't see Nintendo. I looked because I was hoping the Switch too, but they usually are there, so I don't know. What that's
Nintendo
about.
normally do make an appearance. It's sort of Sony and Microsoft that are a bit...
no Sony, no Microsoft.
Yeah,
but a lot of the what's the Tiny Build. I think they've got stuff there. So yeah, it should be good.
I like a lot of... I prefer it when it's sort of like the big three there. You see more of the... Actually, when I get a PAX Australia, it's all the indie stuff that I really love.
My absolute favourite was when, yes, the big names were at PAX, and also Bethesda was next door in the comedy club, and we could get invites into the Bethesda thing where they would have like the themed cocktails and stuff, and like those are like my top tier.
That would have been amazing.
PAX fucking memories.
Yes.
Was just going to get shit faced with all the people from Bethesda and then going back into PAX. That was...
Well, yeah, that's because I remember a few years ago I went to one, and then last year I ran into a few of the people there, and they remember me from the time I just stayed in the club.
The comedy club.
I stayed in the club because they had like sessions set up, like people can come in this time. I just stayed.
Yeah, right.
And just started talking to them all while setting up for the next one, and they remember me last year, and hopefully I'll remember them this year, and yeah.
So it's a shame. I don't think Bethesda's doing that anymore. That was at Luff, Boston, which is right next to the convention center.
No, yeah, Bethesda's more have got a bigger footprint at PAX Oz, I think.
Yeah, I think it's similar to Microsoft and Sony, where they've realized, we don't really need to do that.
Yeah, and also, it's always what I found weird is because there'll be a huge line for a game that's already out, and I'm, why are you lining up for this? Or
other top tier memories of back when we first started going to PAXs, they were good too, because there was stuff like, I remember the very first PAX I went to had Colonial Marines, which obviously that didn't work out, but we did go in and do the demo with Randy Pitchford.
Yes.
Like just in a little room with him, and like those were the days. And then also was it PAX Oz where the CD Projekt showed us Witcher 3 back in the day? And it was just a team from CD Projekt.
Yes.
Just showing you the game. Like it doesn't happen like that
No,
now. It's too big.
It's gotten too big now.
It's fucking enormous. But just like, and Vampire. That Vampire game too. Again, just those kind of sessions, those memories are like that. That was peak.
So I'm so looking forward to this year because Dan is coming for the whole thing.
Yeah.
This year, so because I think
if you're going to PAX, go and hassle them.
Yeah,
go PAX Oz. If you're at PAX East, come hassle me.
Yeah, and we'll go back to Prime again one day.
Yes. Yeah, we should do that.
Yep.
But look, if you want to come hassle us some more now, you should head over to the after party. We have to head over there now because I do have to go do something after this, and we want to make sure we give you a nice after party.
We don't want to rip you off, chump change you. We want to give you as much time. So for those people who get the after party,
go to patreon.com/multiple nerdgasm. Sign up for as little as for free. You can sign up and get all the updates. For $1 a month, you can get the show early and get some additional content. And for $5 a month, you get the after party. And if you sign up, you get all the back catalogue of after parties, of which there are many.
Because we're not going to rip you off like other people.
No, you'll have access to everything. You can just pay for a month and then fuck.
Pay a month, download everything, unsubscribe.
Yeah, whatever you want. So it's more show. We're going to talk about some more stuff. We've got some. Well, we've got a geek of the week.
We got a geek of the week.
Everybody probably knows who that's going to be.
This is a tough one though.
But we'll geek of the week is when somebody dies, and Luke gets to decide if they're geek
worthy of geek of the week.
So we'll see you there.
Bye.
Bye. But I'm not going anywhere.
No, I'm saying goodbye to the cheapskates.
That's all for this week. Thank you for listening, and we hope you enjoyed the show. If you enjoyed it, then please subscribe in iTunes to receive episodes automatically. We'll see you next time.